Hello and welcome to the Craftman Show. My name is your host, the Craftman. Thank you for joining me on another one of the editions. Have you ever thought and wondered to yourself, is there a resin that's available that can be cured using ultraviolet light? The answer to this question and many more is yes. That's correct. To do UV resin projects, you're going to need a couple things. Of course, you will need some UV resin. There is all kinds of it. The particular brand right there, I think it's Lemon. But if that's not the correct pronunciation, just let me know. And UV resin works is cured by ultraviolet light. All right. What we're going to also need is a UV gun. Look at this. Now, I'm not sure why I did a video about this because this is so difficult to get one of these. I said, let me just do a video about this anyway. I'm just playing with y'all. That's not what you need. You can just get you a flashlight. And that's a UV black light right there. Do not point ultraviolet light at yourself or your neighbor because it might be damaging to your eyeballs. Always practice safety with this mess right here. And then the other thing that you can use is one of these UV right there that, you know, y'all ladies might do your nails when you carry your fingernails up in there. And this also is used for 3D resin prints and things. So that's optional right there. And then you might want you some type of little molds and things. And for UV casting, you want some transparent, translucent molds and things. These just some that I picked up, you know. I said to myself, let's just try something real basic before we get too carried away with this and see if this stuff just even works like it's supposed to. Alright, so to be honest, I have never even opened this stuff. I can't see it's a, you know, obviously they would not put this in a transparent container. But, you know, because you don't want it to be curing inside the container. But let's see. And I know I just shook it and that's going to introduce bubbles so y'all don't have to. And as you can see, I got my gloves on today for this project. All right, so let's see what kind of viscosity we're looking at right here. So, you know, a little bit syrupy, you know, but not, let's see, not too terribly thick. All right, so I said, let's just do the simplest tip we possibly can do right now. And all I did was I took this just a silicone mold is all that is. And so, first of all, let me get the little temperature right there. That's at 7 there. And so we're going to do this number. That would be neat if I could do a slow zoom. Let me see if I can do that right there. Let's see. Wait, I need to move the camera. All right. That's me doing that. That's not very smooth. All right, though. That's all right. It's kind of crazy. You don't really think that it's doing much of anything, you know. There ain't no smoke coming up off of it or nothing like that, you know. But let's see. Oh my goodness, great. Look at that right there, though. That tells a different story. So something is definitely happening. A UV current exposure to UV light, 2 to 4 minutes right there. I forgot to set a timer though. Do y'all think I should just go on ahead and do a little touch test on it or just keep waiting? What do y'all think? At least I could change the camera shot. Let's do that. There we go. All right, now at this point, I'm tempted to just come on in here and just touch it like that, but I don't know. Oh mercy, look at that. It ain't. Let me zoom in on this thing right there. I want y'all to witness this. Do y'all think this thing is done already? Alright, there we go. Oh my goodness. Alright, the bottom underside was still just a little bit. So I pulled it up a little bit soon, but you know. Alright, so that's pretty promising right there. Alright, let's try something else. I'm going to dump this in a mold right there. So what we're going to do now is to go on ahead and just replace the little cap right there with this little convenient little nozzle looking doing thing right there. See that? Alright, let's see what happens. What I'm wondering is if this has to be applied in thin layers and heat up, you know, cured, then keep on going on top of it. But you know, Craftsman is crazy. I said, let's just go on ahead and see can we just cure it. All right. Since this particular mold has got an underside to it, and because of the thickness of it, you know, I said probably would be a good idea to just put it in the little nail cured UV toaster oven looking thing. Oh mercy, I'm gonna dump this thing over. Hold up, Craftsman. This video said that ring right there was made in 10 minutes. Just looking at the illustrations of it, I find that hard to believe, Craftsman. Was you lying about that on that video just to make people click up on this thing? Actually, I will say that this ring probably was made more like, you know, 9 minutes. 8 minutes and 45 seconds, something. Anyway, it probably took me less than a minute to cut it. Cut. 4 minutes for one coat. 4 minutes for the next coat. And then it's a done deal, see that? So I'm not playing around about that. You can make you a ring that fast. I'm not saying that you should make a ring that fast. I'm just saying that you can make a ring that fast. Now, if we had to come in here and polish that, you know, get the micro mesh out and do all that, then that would have took a lot longer. You know, I got a socket set right there somewhere in the workshop. I don't know where it is, but I got a thing that would fit there directly. But of course, you know, I get ready to make a video about these rings, I think. I said, well, you know, I'm going to get that little driver right there and just stick me a little piece of tape on it so it'll be snug and then work it up on there. And then also while we had to put a little piece of tape around there so that way things will fit snug and good. See? Now you can get your metal ring blanks all over the place. eBay, Esther, Amazon, you know, you can get the copper, stainless steel, brass, all kinds of ones. An easy way to get them is to go to Rio Grande alone, or depending on where you're from, Rio Grande. And that's just a metal ring blank that you can get. You could glue some inlay materials up into it. And then what I decided to do was just to glue me a mother of pearl veneer up in that thing. And if you can't find a veneer, mother of pearl sheets like that, or if you don't want to do that and you still want to do some kind of mother of pearl, you can do this easy inlay stuff right there. And that's what that looks like. Pretty neat. And that's my first one right there I did with it. And there just was nothing to it. I just took me some super glue that's thick and ran me some glue around it, and then just stuck the mother pearl up into it, and then went over the top of it with that resin. Personally, I like the way that one turned out, you know. Now, although it's a little bit wasteful, in craftsman opinion, the prettiest way that you can cut this stuff right here is to go at an angle. You get some much more interesting light interactions with it. So I just wanted to show y'all that for consideration. That can make all the difference in the world right there. All right. I let it sit longer than the recommendation time. And at least it ain't spilling out on us. Let's just see what happens. So I was concerned about, you know, with this being such a thick piece, whether or not that was even possible, but it's looking like it's might have cured. That's pretty neat right there. But I just wanted to test it out, and see if that's possible. That's pretty fabulous right there. Craftsman, while you were doing that, I just had an idea. How about doing CABOCHON jewelry? You can use any number of bezels with your UV resin right there. And then that opens up a whole world of possibility. I like to take old catalogs, magazines, and things. Oh, mercy, look at this. Let's see. She said, squeeze me, I'm cool. And I said, that's kind of neat right there. You know, if you wanted to make you a little something like that, you know, then you just cut that out. And the way that you use an open back bezel, let me tell y'all that how you do that real quick. Now with a closed back bezel, see these right there? It ain't nothing to that. You just go on ahead and just dump your resin into that. All right. Of course, you also will put your item into it, you know. Now, but if you're using an open bezel like that right there, then you're going to lay you down some tape. All right. And just stick that onto it. And make sure that's good. I'm pushing all around, and we want that to be sealed around it right there real good. Then you can put in, for example, put in your first layer. So the first layer is cured right there. And I said, now what can we do? I thought first maybe we could just set us a little, incorporate that little flower down into it, you know. But then I said, look at all these little pieces right there. I don't know. It would be nice if we had a smaller that don't even fit together. And then I decided to go with the little flower, you know, that's pretty. Toothpick is probably better to use than this, you know, but. And there's all kinds of ways to get bubbles, you know. Probably a lot of people right now be commenting, Craftsman, heat gun. And that's true. With resin, a lot of times you can use heat to get it out of there. But. And you have also got these texture pages that you can buy at the hobby store. Depending on your paper, what type of paper that you're using, you may or may not want to seal this or need to seal it. If you print things on your computer, for example, especially if it's an inkjet, you might want to seal it even on the back side too, before you put your resin coats over the top of it. So as an example of what may happen if you don't spray seal your image before putting your resin on it. Let's take this right here. Let's say we want to make us a gold medal. All right. And we just lay it up in there. See, then you can have your gold medal. So, you know, I did not take it outside and spray it or anything. I'm just saying, let's just see how well did it work without sealing it. And we just go on ahead and pour the resin down into it. See what starts to happen? Now, if you're going for maybe an old time antique look, then that might work for you. But for the most part, see, it's saturating into that paper. All right, that resin slowly is soaking into it. Your image is going to become darker, going to lose some clarity. So if you want to keep your crisp design, everything looking bright and color contrast looking good, then consider spraying that thing, sealing it in good first. You know, MICA, liquid check, gel mediums, them kinds of things. And because MICA is a glue, I said might as well go ahead and just, you know, do this right there with it. So we're going to let this one dry completely. Let's do us another little test right here. I said we got the acrylic sealer, and then we got the MICA, and then look at this right there. I took that one outside on my portion. I sprayed front, back, sealed it in, and then I brushed down this with some MICA. And the other one right there, we just left it, you know, no kind of sealer on it. And we just going to put the UV resin on the mama jama, and then let's just see what happens. Y'all know what I'm saying? Four minutes later. So look at that right there. As you can see, the one that was not sealed, really dark and saturated. You can see that the resin soaked up into that paper, that image. It just made everything, you know, kind of dark. Now that's the spray one right there, and that's a lot better. But the best one is that MICA. It does have pretty good doming properties right there. In other words, it will form a curvature. Now you can also color your resin in this case. I just got this blueberry right there. See what that looks like. And I just got me a little assortment pack right there for epoxy and UV resin. Now remember, I've never used this product before. We learning for the first time together. But what I know with most resins, you don't want to just get up and down, whip it, and get bubbles all up in it. So we're just going to gently kind of mix it in now. And then also, we're going to let it sit for a little while before we cure it, you know, to let them bubbles just kind of naturally get on out there. Now there's no doubt in my mind that right there needs that right there. That's just a little bird. I'm going to actually lift this thing up first, put this down a little bit, and then lay the bird down into it. Why is that? Hopefully that will give it a chance to slide some of them bubbles up and out. And what I'm doing now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm just wiggling the thing around to see is there any bubbles up underneath that thing trapped in. And let's pay attention to the orientation, because it's going to be hanging off a string right there. So then we need to just kind of turn it around. See that tape residue right there? I had to put me some rubbing alcohol And just a little bit of elbow grease, you know, and that should take care of it. Did I tell you also can use mica powder? Look at that right there. You know, just another idea for you. Hopefully this video gives you some ideas here that you can do with UV resin. Do not be afraid to do crafts. I know we living in some uncertain time right now. Try not to let your mind be on thinking the negative. My baby brother used to would eat anything. On his second birthday, my mama put a big wax candle up on the top of his cake, and then my brother straight up ate that candle. My mama rushed my brother to the doctor, and the doctor calmed her down and said, look, this too shall pass. I love y'all, and keep steady crafting.